We often think love is about grand gestures, loud words, and constant reassurance. But true worth, real value, is shown not in what we say, but in what we quietly do. In a world loud with noise and ego, the Stoic man shows love in silence, in discipline, in consistency. He does not beg to be understood. He does not chase validation. He becomes someone so grounded that his mere presence says everything. This is not a script about manipulation or tactics. This is about becoming undeniable in the most silent way possible. Let's begin. 1. Keep your word, no matter who's watching. A Stoic's integrity is his armor. If you said you'd be there, you show up. If you made a promise, you fulfill it. Not because she's keeping score, but because you are. Consistency in action speaks volumes. It creates safety. And women respect what feels certain. A man whose word is law doesn't need to prove anything. His life proves it for him. 2. Master your emotions, especially during conflict. Do you know when most respect is lost in a relationship? Not in moments of failure, but in moments of weakness. When a man lets his emotions drown his reason, you don't win an argument by yelling. You don't win her trust by guilt-tripping. You win it by staying composed when chaos hits. You listen, you breathe, you respond, not react. She may not say it, but a man who refuses to be emotionally hijacked commands quiet admiration. 3. Create space without creating distance. Clinginess kills desire. Indifference kills connection. But strong presence with healthy space, that breeds deep respect. When you have your own pursuits, routines, rituals, you don't need to pull her closer to feel secure. You allow space, and trust she'll come closer on her own. Stoicism teaches, to need nothing is to attract everything. Be whole, with or without her, and you'll never be ignored. 4. Stay composed in the face of her storm. There will be days when she is anxious, irritated, emotional. The weak man mirrors her chaos. The Stoic man becomes still water. You hold the frame. You don't escalate. You let her storm pass, and you remain unmoved. That stillness, that steadiness, it shows her who the anchor really is. A man who doesn't get tossed around by emotion, that's rare. That's power. 5. Lead yourself, even if she's not looking. You don't need to control her. You only need to control yourself. When you wake early, train your body. Read, learn, and stay disciplined, not impress, but to improve. She notices. The greatest form of masculine leadership is self-leadership. When you don't need to be reminded or motivated. When you don't wait to be saved or guided. You radiate something women feel even if they can't describe it. And that is where respect begins. 6. Protect without possessing. To protect someone is to provide emotional safety, strength, and peace. But to possess them is to control, manipulate, and restrict. You do not own your loved one. You stand beside them, not on top of them. Let her be free and still choose to stay. This is the power of a man who protects her soul, not just her body. A man who doesn't demand loyalty, but inspires it. 7. Handle your own pain in private. Sometimes you will bleed in silence, and no one will know but you. You'll face stress, setbacks, disappointments, and you won't make it a burden. You'll still show up with calm in your eyes, steel in your spine, and peace in your tone. This doesn't mean you hide forever, but a man who knows when to process before speaking shows maturity most never develop, and she will sense. You are not a boy, you are a fortress. 8. Honor her, even when you're apart. Respect isn't only what you do in front of her, it's how you speak of her when she's not there, how you hold her dignity in rooms she'll never walk into. If you're loyal, silent, and grounded when temptation shows up, you say nothing. You prove everything. That's a man she can trust. That's a man other men respect. 9. Choose purpose over possession every time. The Stoic doesn't chase a woman to complete his life. He chases purpose and lets the right one walk beside him. You don't lose yourself in her. You invite her to rise with you. You don't make her your god. You make her your partner. And in doing so, you never lose your edge. You never lose your way, and she never loses her respect, because the man who holds to his mission is the man who becomes unforgettable. You don't have to raise your voice, or flex your worth, or seek validation. Your daily discipline, your emotional mastery, your unshakable purpose will speak for you. Stoicism isn't coldness. It's presence. It's restraint. It's power under control. When she looks at you, let her see a man who doesn't beg to be seen, but can't be ignored, because some of the loudest actions are done in absolute silence. Be the man who doesn't need to prove himself, because he already has. Subscribe for more Stoic masculinity.